In this video, we're going over every match grade from every match that happened at WWE Crown Jewel. Let's talk about it. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Burning Hammer podcast. I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dylan O'Brien, and on this episode, we are going to talk about the matches from Crown Jewel, and we're also going to get into what happened during the main event of Monday Night Raw, which aired at 8 in the morning. We usually don't get to talk too much about what happened at Raw, on Raw, just based off of our recording schedules. So, as a whole, Dylan, how did you feel about Crown Jewel?
I actually really enjoyed Crown Jewel. I thought it was honestly a very good show. I thought the quality of the matches were really good. And I thought, the way certain things played out made a lot of sense. So I'm really interested to see how this continues to go.
Agreed. I would have to go look back at all of the other PLEs from this year, but it has to be one of the best shows we've gotten.
Easily one of the best shows we've gotten. And going into it, I don't know if we felt like it was going to be. I know it was obviously had potential, all great matches on the card, but I think it was a lot of kind of just could have gone either way, right? So it's going to be interesting to see, how things play out, especially after what took place on Monday Night Raw. But
yeah,
we'll have to get into Crown Jewel first.
Yeah, so this show kicked off with an Australian street fight. Bronson Reed defeated Roman Reigns. This match went 21 minutes and 5 seconds. So, Dylan, kick us off here. What grade did you give this match?
I gave this match a B. I was
okay.
I was right on the edge of B+, but I decided to go with B. Not even because of anything with this match. Just based off my grading system. I felt like I couldn't give this one a B+ based on how strict I am with some other stuff. But I did really enjoy this match, and I thought it was the right move to have Bronson Reed win. And I really enjoyed, the character development that we're really starting to get with Roman Reigns saying to the Usos, he said, everybody thinks I can't do shit by myself. I told you guys to let me do this by myself. I need to show people. And we're really starting to see that growth and realizing that Roman is trying to, make amends for all the times that he didn't win clean. He's trying to prove to the world that he can, right? So he didn't want the Usos' help there, and I thought the way the story is playing out was really interesting, and I really, really, and I thought it was the right finish as well. I think Bronson was the right call there.
I agree. I actually gave this match a B as well. I thought this was, what a way to kick off a PLE than a good old-fashioned street fight. I think, like you said, the right person won. Bronson Reed can only eat so many losses and still be a credible threat. So obviously having him beat Roman Reigns is huge. I don't know why they didn't have the actual stat for, because Michael Cole said Bronson Reed was the second person to pin Roman Reigns in a singles match in a very, very long time. And I was just I feel like we should at least have that number. Probably since 2020? In the past 5 years, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like they probably stopped really counting once he did get pinned by Cody. But
okay.
I don't know. I'm not saying that you're wrong. They should have that number for sure.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And if not, someone should at least be able to shoot into Cole's headset and be yeah, it was the state.
Yeah,
or something like that.
I thought the stuff with Roman and the Usos heading in to this was also really interesting, with Jay kind of getting some more advice from Roman and Jimmy not liking that Roman's given Jay advice on how to run things, just because obviously he's seen how Roman Reigns has done business in the past. So I thought that's another it's an interesting dynamic we're getting now with this trio, and it feels like we're kind of them heading into Survivor Series. You think Roman and the Usos are going to be part of War Games?
Definitely seems like it could be a thing. And I'll tell you what, I feel like they might have changed their plans. I'll tell you what. We'll talk about it after we talk about Crown Jewel. But I feel like they might have changed some shit around.
WWE?
Yeah.
All right.
I think they might have been going one direction and decided to go a different direction. And I will say this, they're going to play it off as if that was the plan the whole time. But I've seen way too much of this product to know what is a swerve and what isn't, right?
Yeah. 100%.
So that's all I'm saying with that. We'll go a bit further, but we'll get into the next match. Right?
That next match is going to be your WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship match, where Stephanie Vaquer defeated Tiffany Stratton. This match surprisingly went 10 minutes and 6 seconds. It felt like I thought it went a little longer than that, but Steph, double belt, double title.
Yeah,
Steph,
Crown
Bill.
Jewel champion is Stephanie Vaquer, and I gave this match a B+. I think these women were well on their way to an A. If they were just given a little bit more time, I think. Bit quick. That Alabama Slam spot from Tiff was awesome. Like she got into it so smooth, and Steph hit the mat just like so hard. She ate that.
That was a splat.
Yeah, it was. But no, I felt this is the best that Tiff has looked in a while. And
agreed.
I mean,
I was very impressed with Tiff.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't put on a good dance without a good dance partner, right? So, no hate on any of the work that Tiffany's been doing, but or any hate on any of the women in that Tiffany has been in the ring with. But you could tell, like, after watching this match, I don't know if her and Jade have the most chemistry when it comes to, like, in the ring. Maybe it's, like, the fact that they were both, like, still, like, relatively new to wrestling, or something like that. But maybe it's something with, like, maybe they're both, like, really good, but neither of them can, like, lead a match quite yet. Like, they need, if they're in there with a veteran that's going to lead them, they're going to be a lot better, is kind of what I'm thinking. Because obviously Steph hasn't been in WWE too long, but she's a veteran of the industry, been wrestling a long time, and, champion around the world, CMLL, NJPW, even though it was the strong title, still. And yeah, it was a great match. I really, really enjoyed it. Well on their way to an A if they were just given some more time. But I felt like with as short as it was, I had to go B+ because it felt like they left us hanging just a little bit. Felt like we could have been getting a little bit more out of that.
So it's interesting.
But that's not on them,
one a B,
right? That's not on them at all.
Agreed. I gave this one a B-. Just barely enjoyed the street fight a little, ever so slightly more. It's not.
I enjoyed this more.
Even
though it was 10 minutes, I enjoyed it more. Like, and when it ended, I was like, oh damn, I wanted that to go longer.
If this went 15, it probably would have gotten it.
No, totally. I think.
And I know, like, 5 minutes may not sound like a lot, but in wrestling, 5 minutes is such a long time. And it's just, I don't know why, like, on a show where every match basically went 20 minutes, like, you have your Women's Crown Jewel match is only going to go 10, is bizarre. I mean, Cody and Seth went like 30 minutes. I don't know. Maybe have them go 25 and give the women's an extra 5 minutes. Is that so crazy? But, I mean, yeah, like you said, I thought, like, it felt like Tiff had to really wrestle this match. Like, I feel like, and that's probably just because of who she's been feuding with, where, like, Steph is probably the best person that she's had to wrestle.
And when I talk,
I'd have to go back to confirm it. But like for the WWE women's title, I mean,
yeah, like her and Charlotte, their match at WrestleMania, her and Charlotte's match at Mania was very good.
Yeah,
that was a bang. I would say that's easily her best match since Mania.
Yeah,
and I wish they gave him some more time. I mean, and even like at SummerSlam, her match with Jade wasn't bad. It's just very like quick. It was short and underwhelming.
Short. I don't know why that is.
We'll see, but yeah, no, I think the right person won this as well. I think Steph needed to get this win. I think Tiff could afford the loss more than Steph, and I think great things are to come for Stephanie Vaquer.
Boy, are they! All right, let's move on to this next match, Dylan, because probably the greatest match of all time. I mean,
that was one of my favorite matches for sure that I've watched in a very long time.
John Cena defeated AJ Styles. That match went 27 minutes and 12 seconds. Probably match of the year.
It'll be a nominee for sure. I don't know if I've ever had that much fun watching a wrestling. I can't remember the last time I've had that much fun watching a wrestling match. Right?
Yeah.
There's two guys that pillars of a generation, right? Cena's last great feud, in my opinion, was AJ Styles as well. So I'm really happy
100%.
They were able to hit this. And I mean, we can go through the great moments, but that it could take the rest of the pod. But of course, AJ coming back in the classic AJ Styles gear, the biker shorts, the necklace, really representing his TNA heydays, and it was beautiful to see. And then, of course, definitely the most Cena shirts that we've seen in the crowd among his tour.
I was going to ask you about that. Do you think it was? I know they're all bright colors, but do you think it's just because like those were yellow, or do you think that they truly?
I think they bought the most. I think they were wearing the most.
I agree. I think so too.
And it's also
I immediately thought that as soon as like the show kicked off, I was like, this feels like the most Cena shirts I've seen in a crowd.
No, yeah, and then Cena posted actually the picture of the song that goes, "It was all yellow." So. Cena definitely acknowledged the amount of yellow shirts that were in that crowd. And then Cena also with the beautiful introduction that he wrote down for AJ Styles, the definition of total nonstop action, the ace and leader of the Bullet Club.
Chills. The
phenomenal AJ Styles is going up against John Cena, like we said, two pillars of a generation.
Chills, man.
And that was all before the match, right? And then we get into the match. And by God, I mean, the best description was Wade Barrett, where he was like, this is like in the video game where you just give your character all the finishers. Because they were just spamming finishers, dude. But it was beautiful, and I don't think
I also don't think they, like, because they wrestled for a while before they started spamming finishers. Yeah. They spammed finishers, and then they kind of went back to wrestling for a little bit. So I feel like they definitely, like, it wasn't like they just went out there, wrestled for 5 minutes, and then started doing finishers until the end of the match. Like, they were actually, like, wrestling for, like, a good portion of it.
Yeah, and, like, another example of just Cena being such a pro and one of the best ever do it, man. If not the greatest, number one, probably is the GOAT.
He is.
Yeah, he's a GOAT. But
argue with the wall about it.
Anyway, just this example of they're spamming all the different finishers right throughout opponents through Cena's career, and then they start chanting 619, right? And of course, this is a move we know John Cena. I cannot imagine John Cena hitting a 619.
He 100% cannot.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that him and AJ had any plans to hit a 619 going into this match.
They were never going to hit.
But the pro and the GOAT that Cena is, listens to the crowd, hears that they want that 619, drop toe hold into the ropes, and sets it up. Just little stuff like that where you're like, and then of course AJ reversed it, didn't end up hitting the 619, but that was just an example of Cena just being the GOAT, man. Just hearing the crowd and going off.
It was also perfect with Wade's on commentary with his comments, where he's like, when they were chanting, he was like, that may be the one move that John Cena cannot hit. He will not, like, he was basically just saying he's not about to do it. And then he did the drop toe hold, and he was like, wait a second.
Yeah, that was, but then of course
I would have liked to see Cena try.
Oh, yeah, that would have been hilarious.
Rough. But because that's a hard move for the most athletic person. Like, regardless, like, that's a tough move to hit.
Oh, big
and
time.
then obviously, like, if Cena if they had a plan going into the match, he could hit it. He would just need to practice.
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
Like, you can't just have never done that. move and then
try
go
to
do
hit
that move.
But like we said, Cena being smart enough to tease him a little bit there was so awesome and so smart. Even though we didn't get it, it was just, I still loved it. And we got the tribute to Bray Wyatt, of course.
Beautiful.
Where he hit the sister Abigail, kiss on the forehead, and then the fireflies were out. Whole world in his hands getting sung. It was amazing.
There was a great shot with that, too, that, like, almost brought me to tears.
No, seriously,
when, like,
man.
Right after he hit it, he kind of just, like, he just looked up and just, like, gave a nod.
Yeah.
And I was like, goddamn.
And, yeah, I mean, that was amazing. He hit the pedigree. He hit the RKO in the vintage Orton DDT. He went for the punt kick. Almost hit the punt kick.
Yeah. Dude, imagine if Cena hit the punt kick and they never let Randy do it.
Oh, my God.
That would have been hilarious.
And then we had AJ hitting the sweet chin music.
Yeah.
And really, and these two men really showed why they are like the pillars of this generation. And of course,
AJ was doing some finishers too.
Yeah.
From TNA.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
a little stinger action.
Yeah, he hit
Samoa
the
Joe.
Scorpion Death Drop.
Why they couldn't say Sting, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They said Scorpion Death Drop, but they couldn't say Sting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got him paying homage to Sting, Samoa Joe, and then of course he had the sweet chin music in there. And then, man, I mean, just what a match. And then of course Cena ending it with a little homage to The Undertaker, before hitting that final attitude adjustment and getting the victory on AJ. And easily this has got to be my favorite match of the Cena retirement tour, easily.
Oh, easily.
That's it. I did really love their like him and Cody at SummerSlam. That was an absolute banger. But this one was just so much fun, man.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see like what other really good matches from this past year. It's probably just recency bias, but man, it's going to be hard to pick a match that was better than this, especially with just like everything. Cena versus AJ, man. One final time. So, what grade did you give this?
A+, man.
Same. Can't get any better than this.
One of my favorite matches of the year, if not my number one favorite of the year. One of my favorite matches in a very, very long time. And yeah, beautiful.
It's one I'll think about for a while.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Let's move on to some women's tag team action, Dylan, because you had Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defeated the Kabuki Warriors. This match went 19 minutes and 57 seconds. What grade did you give this?
I gave this a B.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this match. I thought it was a lot of fun. I do think Rhea should have got the pin. I will say that. Little weird thing of mine. Don't care that much. I found it a little weird that Rhea didn't get the pin in Australia. I don't think it mattered.
Okay.
Like, I just think it would have been like, I don't know. Just a little, like, they should have just done that. It wouldn't have changed the outcome at all. You know what I mean? Like, it would have.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. I guess it was more. I guess there was a story though of Io getting the pin and showing that she really is no longer with the Kabuki Warriors whatsoever. I think that all four of these women have more to give in a match. Like these four women can put on an A+ tag team match, and And I have a feeling it's probably not the last tag team match we're getting from them.
Okay.
I think that this is going to go into War Games, probably. I believe these will be at least 2 of the people on each team for War Games.
Now we're talking.
And we'll see, how we go from there. But I really enjoyed it. I just gave it a B because I know that these women have a lot more left to give in a match. And I don't think they would disagree with that either. Great match.
So
though.
I
really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I gave it a B-. I think I slightly probably on par with Tiff versus Steph. If, again, Tiff versus Steph went longer, they would get a higher grade. But I thought the street fight was just a little better. I think, like you said, they can put on an A-plus match. I think there's more left on the table, but no real complaints. I mean, if this was the worst match of the night, then it's a really good night.
Oh, yeah.
For professional wrestling. So yeah, I think you're right. I think these are 2 on both sides, 2 women that are probably going to be in the women's War Games match. It'll be interesting to see how the other members kind of pan out, because that is our next PLE, is Survivor Series War Games, I believe at the end of November, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, good match overall. Let's move on, Dylan, to the main event, because Seth Rollins defeated Cody Rhodes for the Crown Jewel Championship. That match went 29 minutes and 43 seconds. What grade did you give this?
I gave this match an A.
Okay. I gave it an A also.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot for a sec. I gave this match an A. It was a great match. I really loved it. Seth's gear, amazing as always. The combination of all the previous gears, just chef's kiss. And there was times throughout the match where I was like, all right, I feel like they got some more to give. And then they gave it to me. You know what I mean? And some great near falls, that crossroads off the top. Really felt like it might have been the end right there. And, of course, Seth ends up breaking out the watch. He wasn't going to use it, but then he did, and then delivered 2 stomps to get that victory over Cody Rhodes. The right person won, a very necessary victory. Obviously, there might be some bias in there, but the WWE...
Says the guy wearing the Seth Rollins t-shirt.
But the World Heavyweight Championship has been presented as less than the WWE Championship since its introduction, and not to any... I mean, it's hard, right? And it's really hard because they've put themselves in a really bad situation with Roman holding that title for so long. It's hard for it not to feel like the second title. But we're slowly but surely getting there, and there was no way we were going to be moving backwards if Cody Rhodes won this match. Seth Rollins needed to win this match for his character, for the sake of the World Heavyweight Championship, like holding prestige. He needed to win this match. And of course, it's also a great time to do a shirt check. We forgot to do it in the beginning, but got myself a new shirt, the newest Seth Rollins design.
Okay. Very nice. Got a bunch of different eras of Seth Rollins on there.
Yeah, of course we got... That's what really sold me, was all the different eras. We got the Shield era, World Champ, Heist of the Century, U.S. Champ, NXT Champ. Monday Night Messiah's in there somewhere.
Very nice. Very nice.
And then, just...
the Drip God.
The Drip God, of course. The Drip God. Just all these different eras. And I was making a purchase, and I was like, man, I need... because I have an older Seth shirt, and it's getting worn out, and just needed something new of my guy, and this felt like the one to get. All his titles, rightfully so. Had to
I actually was just looking on the WWE shop couple days.
We'll
ago
say
for
this
a
is
Seth Rollins
definitely
shirt.
the best, like, easily like the most comfortable, best fitting shirt I've gotten from WWE in a while.
Was it from a third party or WWE?
It was from WWE, I believe.
Interesting.
It was, but it's definitely like thicker and like printed on thick and like.
Maybe it's because the print
No, yeah,
that they had to get a different garment.
and it was a little bit more expensive. Like I think it was. It might be regularly $39, and I got it for $29.
Okay.
Or $35, and I got it for $25. I think it's not the Fanatics one though. It might be, but like made by Fanatics, but it doesn't feel like those other ones that are like thin and like shrink like really bad and stuff like
the
that.
sleeves are too short.
Yeah, exactly. Like this one's got like that, and I'm sure it's because of the design as well. Like it's got like that boxy like feel to it, like oversized a little bit, but fits nice. So I would say the shirts that they're starting to design like this seems like they're working out better than the Fanatics ones.
Yeah. So, I also wanted to bring up, Cole had a great one-liner at the very end after Seth's promo. Well, at least he was humble.
Oh yeah. Dude, well, that Seth promo had me thinking they were going to do him versus Cena, right? I don't know if you thought that same thing, but him saying, I'm now the greatest of all time, I was like, maybe they're going to Cena here.
It would be sick.
But who knows where we're going, because now we can talk about it, right?
Yeah,
now we get into Raw, of course. I didn't watch Raw.
Neither did I.
Because it was on at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'll definitely tune into the highlights and whatnot.
Yep. Top 10 moments.
The Vision turned on Seth Rollins.
They did, Dylan.
The Vision turned on Seth Rollins. I didn't see all the little details. So I don't know if it was like led by. I don't know if it was the three of them were all in on it. If it was one of them, it was.
So what I've been seeing on social media was they kicked off the night with the promo of Seth, and I didn't watch his whole promo, but I know one of the things was that he said he doesn't need the Vision, which obviously we saw with Crown Jewel. He told him to stay in the back. He wants to do it on his own. And then after he said that, you could see Braun Breaker kind of just like get a little irritated on his face. So that was a bit of an Easter egg to what would later happen. And then obviously all three of them, obviously Paul didn't do anything, but he had a big old smile on his face. So my first question, Dylan, because I know how I feel about it. Is this a work? Because I'll tell you what, I think it's a work. Mark it down. Mark said it first. I don't buy this. Not for 1 second.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I can get behind that. I have to watch it.
Okay.
Like I have to see it. I feel like I can't give my proper opinion until I really see it.
All right, that's fair.
I can definitely see it being a work. This being a work after, like, it just feels like the faking stuff out might be overplayed. Like, it feels like that might not be the direction to go, in my opinion. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. So, really, really interesting.
I mean, if it's real, then that sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. So do you think part of it could be they just don't want Seth as a heel?
No. I just don't know, like, how. Like, I think he's doing great. I don't know what they wouldn't want him to be. Obviously,
no, it
wouldn't is maybe a problem, but I don't know why they.
It wouldn't be because he's doing a good job. It would be because they want him as a babyface.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know why you would take somebody who's probably your best heel on Raw and just be like, we want him as a babyface when you have CM Punk, you've got Jey Uso, got Roman
listen,
Reigns.
Man, I'm with you. I'm not. It's confusing, and the more you say it, the more I'm like, yeah, maybe it really is a work. So part of my thinking in what I said earlier was like it's feeling to me like WWE may have changed their plans.
Okay.
And I say that because, and I could be completely wrong. And we'll find out like pretty soon whether I'm wrong or not. But part of me maybe thinks the plan was to have Cena on the babyface team in War Games.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me thinks that maybe that is no longer the plan.
Okay.
And they're going to do like a singles match. And so they needed to find a way to figure out these War Games teams. And as far as star quality was concerned and whatever, they just felt like this was, or just however the story was going. I don't know if it was star quality, the way the story's going. Not saying I agree with it. Obviously, I think there's other guys. If it was a situation where they were going to use Cena and now they're not, I think they could have done like LA Knight. I think, even though I think LA Knight might turn heel. What if LA Knight is the real leader of the Vision?
I don't know how I would feel about that.
Like they turn on Seth and then we find out LA Knight is the real leader. Like Braun.
I don't necessarily hate it because it would immediately elevates LA Knight to the main event.
Yeah.
So that would be a plus. But my main thing with why I think it's a work is Seth and Paul have given me no reason to believe that anything they do is real. So it's like it all just seems like everything's always a part of a plan. And I know that there were reports that came out about they were trying to change up creative in WWE and all of that, and that's fine, right? They could still want to do that. But I don't think they're going to up and change your best faction because they want to go in a different creative direction. I think that you also have to look at the timing, which is we have War Games coming up. I don't think they're going to necessarily change plans for War Games because you have to have things that make sense or else it's going to suck. Like you need storylines that are intertwined and you need like feuds to be going on. You can't just say, we'll pluck this guy, pluck that guy, and we'll insert them in. And yes, we do have 5 or 6 weeks until War Games, but to me it's like, all right, we got Roman and the Usos, who obviously are beefing with the Vision. So that gives the bronze. So that's 3 on 2. Let's say we throw in Brock Lesnar for the Vision. That's 3v3. I think Seth then back to the Vision, 4v3. And who does Roman Reigns and the Usos recruit, Dylan? The Samoan Werewolf.
Okay.
Jacob Fatu. So then we're back to 4v4. And if they want Cena in this match, they can throw him in and they give the Vision probably Drew. But if they do 4v4, I think it adds up.
It has to be 5v5.
Okay.
Was it 4v4 last year?
I think they've been doing 5v5, but I think they did 4v4 potentially in NXT or maybe the first one.
Okay.
No, because the first one, I don't know.
I'm just thinking, like, what about, because the whole thing was, like, they need a 5th member, so, like, last year. So I feel like they can't have that be the whole thing last year and then not do 5-on-5 this year.
That's true.
But not that they've ever really given a fuck about stuff like that.
So they haven't.
I mean...
But then you could throw Cody on the babyface team.
Yeah, that was my other thought, was, like, my thought was... I didn't think Jacob, actually. I thought Cody and Punk, along with Roman and the Usos, and then the Vision, Brock.
And a new member?
Maybe. Drew, maybe. Not as a new member, but... Or LA Knight. Yeah.
I'm kind of liking LA Knight as a new member.
But...
Because LA Knight's been kind of feuding, getting a bit of a disagreement with Jay?
Yeah, no, and that's why I think they could.
I think there's something there.
I think there could be an LA Knight heel turn on the horizon. I'm not like saying I definitely think it's going to happen by any means. I think it definitely could.
You think maybe, let's say it is real and the Vision actually kick Seth out and it's all for realsies, do you think
It's Seth and
that
sorry,
Seth versus Cena?
maybe.
Because then that would make more sense with this promo that he's the greatest of all time, frees up Seth to go one-on-one with Cena. But then you need 3 more members for the Vision for War Games.
Yeah, I think.
Which one of those will be Brock?
I honestly think the more likely scenario is if the turn is real, then I think Seth is on the babyface team for War Games. And I think it's probably a thing where, like, it has to be, like, Seth and Punk on the same team.
You think Seth, Punk, and Roman?
I think they maybe try
That is interesting.
I think they maybe try to go that direction.
Seth, Punk, Roman, and the Usos?
Yeah, and then it's like the Usos essentially being like, listen, dude, like we have to, like the Usos being the mediators and trying to keep the 3 of them on the same page. I think that adds a really interesting dynamic. I will say, if that's the case, I don't know who is on the heel team then in that case.
Brock, the Bronze.
Do you think there's any chance they do Brock versus Cena 1-on-1 again?
God, I hope not.
Like at Survivor Series?
No. Because Brock's going to be in War Games.
You think?
100%.
Okay. No, yeah, I'm pretty with you as well.
What about this? New leader of the Vision, the Ring General. Been out of action for a little bit. Does he get involved in Survivor Series?
Maybe. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this is going to go, and I'm definitely going to have to watch Raw to get a better opinion on it.
I think another thing is why I think it's a work is just because it's like I can't figure out the War Games scenario like right now in this very moment with it being if it's real.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because then it's like, all right, Cody's probably going to be at Survivor Series. Cena's going to be at Survivor Series. That's a fact. 4 dates left for Cena. Seth is going to be there. Roman's going to be there. Like the Usos, Brock's going to be there. Like it's how do all of these moving parts kind of puzzle in with each other.
There'll be like one big singles match that'll either have Cody, Seth, or Cena. Like, well, you know what I mean? If they have a big singles match, it'll be, or maybe they do Seth and Punk. Because then Punk just wins
Survivor Series.
Yeah, then Punk just become #1 contender.
He is the #1 contender. I don't know if they said when that match is. They probably didn't.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But that's also an interesting thing that's playing into this now, is that Punk is #1 contender.
I mean, it feels like he's got to take that title off of Seth, right?
It doesn't feel like he does it right away, though. It doesn't feel like he just gets his first chance and then does it. Like, that feels anticlimactic, and that feels like it also just buries Seth.
Yeah, it does feel like, I mean, I'd have to go back to the win-loss record, but it feels like Punk usually gets the better
He does.
of Seth. Yeah.
Like Seth got the win at Mania.
Obviously the cash-in.
And then Seth got the win at Mania and then had the cash-in. But it's like, besides that, it's been pretty much...
Seth won the other 2 matches, I believe?
No, Punk won.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
And yeah, I definitely. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. The idea of it being a work is definitely throws a wrench into any which way it could go. So it'll be interesting.
You guys let us know if you think this Seth Rollins leaving the faction is a work or if it's
the big thing is
or if it's real.
I don't know if like Seth just volunteering to eat a spear like that.
That's real to sell it though.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
It's a mastermind.
Just saying. It's interesting.
We gotta make it look real, Braun. You gotta spear me.
Yeah.
Come on. All right. So you guys let us know what you thought about Crown Jewel as a whole. Let us know what you think these War Games matches are looking like, because that is the next PLE, and one of our next YouTube videos, we've got a Survivor Series quiz coming at Dylan, so we'll see if he's going to pass that. Smash that subscribe button, click the like button as well, and while you're at it, click that bell, because you will get notified every single time we upload a new video. You can listen to the Burning Hammer podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Shop our merch, tpublic.com. And if you want our content early and ad-free, sign up for our Patreon. It's $1 a month. All that stuff is linked in the description. With that being said, I'm Mark Izzo. He's Dylan O'Brien. And this has been another episode of the Burning Hammer podcast. We'll catch you in the next one.